And it looked like Dillon Gabriel made some strong comments about potentially making an appearance this weekend at the quarterback position. While all of this is, Dillon Gabriel possibly will be making an appearance this weekend, but he did an interview, short one, with the media, and he's talked about the rep.
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because we've got ourselves a quarterback controversy brewing in Cleveland that's about to explode like fireworks on the 4th of July. And at the center of it all, Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. This isn't just about who takes the next snap. This is about respect, about opportunity, about perception, and most importantly, it's about the future of the Cleveland Browns franchise. And trust me when I say this, what Dillon Gabriel said about Shedeur Sanders might have sounded casual to some, but to football insiders, it was a direct shot fired.
Now, we know Shedeur Sanders really didn't get no reps. So him trying to say, well, we all had to get the reps and do this and do that to make it here today. Bro, you got the easy way out just because you was drafted in the 5th round.
Now, pause right there. Let that sink in. On the surface, he's just talking about training camp reps. But underneath, that's a dagger straight at Shedeur Sanders' credibility. Gabriel is painting the picture that Sanders didn't have to fight, didn't have to grind, didn't have to prove himself the way others did. And for Shedeur Sanders, a player who's been scrutinized, doubted, and underestimated at every step, that's not just commentary, that's disrespectful. Because Shedeur's journey has been anything but easy.
Entertainer, and you have a job to do, and I respect it, right? And I'm a competitor, so I have a job to do as well. And I think, just understanding that, that's how I've lived by, and I've said that multiple times, so definitely not a new quote, but something that I've definitely said.
Shedeur Sanders doesn't just carry a football in Cleveland, he carries a name, a legacy, a family. When your father is Deion Primetime Sanders, the pressure isn't optional, it's constant. From Jackson State to Colorado, Shedeur has been living under the brightest of lights, constantly having to prove that he's not just Prime's son, but his own man. Now in the NFL, drafted in the 5th round, he's in a battle that's bigger than football. It's cultural, it's generational, and it's personal. So when Dillon Gabriel implies Shedeur got a shortcut, that isn't just inaccurate, it's insulting.
This is why I kept saying all summer, and you guys kept yelling at me, why are you playing a 40-year-old quarterback? What is the point? What are you trying to get out of this? Why are they doing this? Well, here you go. You're playing a 40-year-old quarterback who can't move, who can't defend himself.
Let's talk about reps. Training camp is the battlefield where jobs are won and lost. Coaches evaluate every throw, every read, every movement. And in Cleveland, the distribution of reps has been anything but fair. Media insiders have noted that Shedeur hasn't gotten the lion's share of opportunities. Despite his draft status, despite his talent, he's been placed behind Joe Flacco. Yes, 40-year-old Joe Flacco, and now behind Gabriel, a rookie who was taken in the 3rd round. The perception? That Gabriel earned his reps, while Sanders somehow didn't. But here's the truth. Reps aren't just about performance, they're about politics. Coaches decide who gets the stage, and once that decision is made, the narrative follows. Gabriel saying Sanders had it easy is like a man winning a raffle ticket and then bragging that others didn't grind hard enough to enter. The system determines who gets their chance. And right now, the system has stacked the deck against Shedeur.
Ain't no backup quarterback in Shedeur. He don't got that bone in his body. You would have went to Baltimore because that's the backup quarterback in you. I think he has a better chance to start a game in Cleveland more so than in Baltimore.
That's not always the best thing because...
But that's the best thing for Shedeur.
I don't think so.
He don't have backup blood. He will not play football. He will stream all his life and make millions. It's not about being a backup in the best situation. I want to start and be the star. Long as they losing games, they gonna keep on trying different guys.
Yep.
Remember how I was in Tampa? We used to go through quarterbacks like goddamn bags of chips. It's like, hey,
that's the problem.
I'm done with this flavor.
Too.
You go to the next one, I'm done with this flavor. Like, bro, Flacco won't stay upright. You know what I'm saying? He getting his tore up already. Once he start on 4, okay, Dillon, let's go. If Gabriel don't go 4-1 or 3-2, it's gonna be Shedeur time.
Cleveland is staring down the barrel of a nightmare season. They're 0-2, potentially 0-3 after facing the Packers, and nothing screams dysfunction louder than a team with no clear quarterback plan. Joe Flacco? He's thrown turnovers in back-to-back games, reminding everyone why he's a relic from the past. Dillon Gabriel, promising in camp, accurate in preseason, but untested in the storm of a real NFL season. And Shedeur Sanders? Sitting there, waiting, watching, shackled by depth chart politics instead of unleashed on the field. The Browns are playing with matches in a fireworks warehouse. One wrong move and the whole place goes up in flames. Then you have Herman Edwards stepping in. He tells the media, Cleveland likes Gabriel. They drafted him in the 3rd round. He's a rhythm thrower, accurate, gets the ball out quick. But then the big question, how long do you wait? Because if the Browns keep losing, the calls for Shedeur Sanders will only grow louder. Fans aren't patient, and franchises can't afford to be. So while Gabriel might feel comfortable now, reality is creeping in. His leash will be short. The Browns can't afford another experiment that flames out before Sanders even gets his shot.
It's just part of it. You know, there's entertainers and there's competitors. And I totally understand that. And my job is to compete. And that's what I'm focused on doing.
Here's what Gabriel and the Browns brass don't understand. Shedeur Sanders isn't just another quarterback. He's a brand. He's a movement. He's a cultural figure who already generates headlines and sells jerseys faster than veterans who've been in the league for a decade. When Sanders plays, people watch. When he speaks, people listen. And when he wins, he transcends the game. That's why Gabriel's jab stings, because deep down, everyone knows Shedeur is the main event. Gabriel might get a scene or two, but the movie belongs to Sanders. The host of the video laid it out bluntly. I give him 3 games top, no more than 3. And that feels about right. If Gabriel throws interceptions in practice, what happens when the lights come on? What happens when defensive coordinators game plan for him? When the speed of the NFL comes crashing down? The Browns might want to give Gabriel a look, but the fans, the city, the culture, they're waiting for Shedeur. And once Gabriel falters, all roads lead back to number 14.
I think people are overreacting. It's only 2 games, and one of them was a bad game. And however, I do say he's got to play better than that to keep his job. And I think Flacco knows that. How short is the hook in this game if, the turnovers continue?
Yeah, that's where I was going next.
If they're losing 14-3 and it's as a result of a running back fumble in a special teams turnover, he's not going to replace Flacco. But if there are 2 interceptions and one's a pick 6.
This isn't just football. It's cinema. Scene by scene, act by act, we're watching a drama unfold that could rival any Hollywood script. The old veteran, Flacco. The rookie underdog, Gabriel. The rising star with the famous last name, Sanders. The Browns' quarterback room is less like a depth chart and more like a movie set. Everyone's auditioning. Everyone's fighting for screen time. But in the end, only one will headline the film. And if you ask the fans, the critics, the media, the star has already been chosen. His name is Shedeur Sanders. Let's not underestimate what's at stake here. For Gabriel, this is about survival. Stay on the field, prove he belongs, carve out an NFL career. For Sanders, it's about destiny. Carrying his father's legacy while forging his own. Proving to every scout who doubted him that he belongs not just in the league, but at the top of it. This isn't just a battle for reps, it's a battle for narrative, for legacy, for the soul of the Browns' future. So let's circle back. Gabriel said Sanders got the easy way out. But let's be real, what's easy about being drafted to a franchise in chaos? What's easy about carrying the expectations of a fan base desperate for hope? What's easy about being judged before you've even been given a fair chance? The truth is, nothing about Shedeur's journey has been easy. And while Gabriel may get his reps, while Flacco may get his snaps, the storm is coming. The movement is building. Because eventually, Cleveland won't just want Shedeur Sanders, they'll demand him. And when that moment comes, all the talk about easy ways out will vanish. Because Shedeur Sanders won't just be another quarterback. He'll be the one who turns the Browns saga into history. So remember this clip. Remember those words. Because when Shedeur finally takes that field in Cleveland, every eye will be on him. And Dillon Gabriel's little jab, it'll be nothing more than the spark that lit the fire. This isn't just football. This is a movie. And the star is already cast. And that's the beauty of this story. It's bigger than a box score, bigger than one Sunday in Cleveland. This is a saga about belief, pressure, and the weight of a name that carries both opportunity and burden. One day soon, when the stadium roars and Shedeur jogs out as QB1, the script won't just feel like fiction anymore. It'll be reality, written in sweat, resilience, and destiny. The cameras will roll, the lights will shine, and the star the fans have already chosen will finally take center stage. If you believe Shedeur is the future of the Browns, drop an SS100 in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter of this movie. Because trust me, this story is only just beginning.